Hello, everyone. This is Patrick, and it is time for a special edition of Heavy Therapy. What am I talking about? Well, in this video, we are here to celebrate Metal Miners, Cody and Anthony. They have reached 1,000 subscribers. And I can't think of a better channel here on Metal YouTube that deserves 1,000 subscribers more than Cody and Anthony. Cody and Anthony are out there in the quarries, mining and chipping away at rocks, digging up the best underground. Cody is usually getting at some dungeon synth, some raw black metal, raw death metal. Cody likes it deep in the underground. Anthony is doing the same for the death metal scene worldwide. And I would be playing music right now, but my internet kept going in and out, and no one wants to hear, that. But I want to show Necrotum because this is what I was going to be playing. This is hanging above the Deadpool. And I know Necrotum because of Anthony, because of Metal Miners. There's tons of bands like this that have been put on my radar thanks to Anthony and Cody at Metal Miners. So they're doing a very generous contest. They're calling it ABC 1, 2, 3. And there's some questions to answer in order to enter the contest. So let's begin. And I want to also say thank you to Anthony. He was one of my first subscribers, one of my first supporters here on YouTube. He held up my little name on a note card, and it meant the world to me when I first started out, and it means the world to me now. So thank you, Anthony, for all your support. Thank you for this killer shirt. I have a sticker, but I already put it up, so I can't peel it off. But yeah, Metal Miners rules. If you're a fan of me, you're probably already a fan of them. If not, check them out. Okay, so ABC 1, 2, 3. I'm following the instructions here from Anthony. Show a favorite album or your favorite album. So I didn't want to overthink this. Gojira, The Way of All Flesh. Gojira is one of my favorite death metal bands. This is my favorite Gojira album that came out in 2008. Gojira are a four-piece from France. I've seen them live 3 times, I believe. And yeah, this track list right here can't be beat for me. Ouroboros is probably my favorite Gojira song. Toxic Garbage Island is just Jesus. It's just a banger of a song. A Sight to Behold is a bit more out there. Kind of has like these synth type instrumentals, even though I'm not quite sure how they play it. It could be just be some weird guitar work, but I think there might be some synth. Joe is singing a bit more on this track. Yama's Messenger is just a suffocation style, Morbid Angel style, brutal death metal song. Same as All the Tears. The Art of Dying is just a insane polyrhythmic song. Esoteric Surgery has amazing tremolos all on this album, actually. Vacuity is just a stomper of a track. Wolf Down the Earth and The Way of All Flesh are a perfect way to close this album. Lyrically, for me, this is one of my favorite albums. Exploring sort of mortality and sort of trying its best to embrace it. And those are going to be my favorite types of lyrics all day long. So yeah, Gojira, The Way of All Flesh is my favorite album. I actually can't see myself right now on my camera, so I don't know if this is looking good or not. Here we go. Okay, my favorite band has been, since I discovered them, Every Time I Die. Every Time I Die is a band that formed in the mid-90s. They are a metallic hardcore, metalcore band from Buffalo. And yeah, I don't know how to describe how important this band is for me. So let's talk about musically. So musically, the dual guitar tandem of Jordan Buckley and Andy Williams is my favorite guitar duo. Andy Williams brings these weird, dissonant, chuggy, sludgy riffs. Jordan Buckley also has dissonance. He plays a lot of those panic chords, but he is more of the fretboard maestro. Believe it or not, every time I listen to sort of early black metal, actually, and Dark Throne in particular, I go, oh, Jordan Buckley sounds like he's been inspired by early black metal, though I don't have any way to verify that. Whenever they talk about their influences, this band is going to bring up thrash, this band is going to bring up hardcore, post-hardcore, but for me, I just love the variety of riffs. I love the energy, the aggression. Sometimes they get as fast as grindcore. Yeah, my favorite band, lyrically and vocally, Keith Buckley is my favorite vocalist. Sarcasm, sort of pseudo-confidence and arrogance, which I like. Literary references, double entendres. Fantastic band. I will always defend this band every time I die. This is Radical, my favorite album from the band, but I love all of their albums. Favorite cover artist is going to be Matt Steiker. Here is his latest work. Well, there's a new album coming out from Witch Vomit, so that will be the latest work. But currently, as I'm recording this video, this is the latest cover art that Matt Steiker has done for Witch Vomit. Just my favorite. Dark, brooding, attention to detail. Love the color choices. Perfect. Matt Steiker is my favorite cover artist, and he's done all of the Witch Vomit covers. All right, that was the ABC. Now we are doing the 1, 2, 3. One video type you want to see on metal miners. So this was kind of hard to think about. In fact, I just decided to not really think about it and to answer it live, to think about it for the first time live here on camera, because I have no complaints about metal miners. I agree with Josh that I want to see Cody more. He's busy teaching English, hanging out in Spain or somewhere in the Mediterranean Sea. Probably has some shades on. I wouldn't doubt if he's dabbling into cigar smoking at this point. Maybe he's painting his face, getting more into the underground. Who knows? But yeah, I would like to see more videos, of course, from Cody. I like when you guys do videos together, but I will try to give a real recommendation as well, because that might not be that possible at this point. So I'm getting ready to do more of these kind of videos myself. I'm gonna call my editions, my videos living with records, and just more of slower moving videos where I talk about albums that I've been listening to, not necessarily albums that I just picked up, but just more in depth, discussing my experiences of living with records and so forth. So yeah, cool to just see some more slower paced videos of Anthony talking about albums that has gone back to a lot, because we buy a lot of albums. What albums do we end up coming back to a lot? So yeah, just more videos about your listening experience would be cool. All right. Number 2 is 2 bands you want to see new material from. So yeah, I could have chosen albums that I know are getting ready to come out. Witch Vomit, Atrabilis, Terminal Nation, and Maul, for some examples. But I wanted to choose some that I haven't heard anything from that might come out this year or maybe next year. But these are 2. I want to choose a black metal artist and a death metal artist, because those are my 2 favorite subgenres. So Frisk is a atmospheric black metal band. I believe they're from Germany, but I'm actually not positive. Yeah, this came out on Vendetta Records. This album, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name, but they just play this amazing emotional style of atmospheric black metal. If you think of the band Russian Circles, that band is a post-metal instrumental outfit. But I think if you like Russian Circles and black metal, definitely check out Frisk. I really want to see where this band goes. They put out a split last year. Those songs are pretty good as well, but I really want to see what they do next on their full-length album. So I forgot to pull the other artist, so give me 1 second. Okay, so up next is this band. I think this band is from Finland. Also not sure. Gorphilia. This is their In the Eyes of Nothing album. Came out on Misako Un Oho Records. Love the I just love their riffing style, the variety, the dynamism. Just they have all the ingredients of what you want in a just modern death metal band that is also paying homage to the greats. Gorphilia. They are from Finland. Yeah, I thought so, but camera brain. So yes, Gorphilia. Let's have another album, shall we? They are overdue. That one came out in 2020. Their last album before that came out in 2017 and then 2012. So they're not overdue according to their own history, but they're getting close. So yeah, new Gorphilia would be great. Number 3 is 3 favorites from 2023. And so again, I didn't want to overthink this. These are still my favorites. I did choose my number 1 favorite and my number 2 favorite, and then an album that was basically closer to around 6 or 7 or 8 that now keeps creeping up to the very top. It hasn't necessarily pushed out my number 3, which was Altar, but you know what I mean. I'm going to give you my very favorites plus one that I keep playing in this year that is neck and neck with my top 3 albums from 2023. So let's start with that one. I am talking about Vastum, Inward to Gethsemane. This really sounds killer on vinyl in particular. I love the production. I love the song composition is what I mean by production here. This is a maturing death metal band. Their lyrical content is Freudian, about the subconscious, unconscious mind and the history of misogyny and patriarchy, and it's just a wild experience, a wild band. One of my favorites to go to when I'm in that sort of cerebral mood to think about the lyrics. I love following along. They have a dual vocal attack, as we know, and perfect. And yeah, Vastum is just one of the best death metal bands going. Don't sleep on this album. I could kind of already tell where some people were considering this just not up to par with their other records, and that doesn't make any sense for me. This is killer. One of my favorite albums of 2023. I keep listening to it into 2024, and yeah, this is going to stay with me. Another 2 of my other favorites, Tumult, The Enduring Spirit. Plenty of people love this album. Hate is always going to float to the top of the pool. You're going to look at it and go, oh, people must not like it very much. People love this album. It's going to continue to stay with me. Tumult, The Enduring Spirit. If you don't know, this band plays old school death metal. They kept getting more and more progressive as their years went along, though you couldn't really hear the progression that much unless you kept listening to it a lot more. This is full-blown progressive death metal, a la Cynic, Atheist. But this is their own thing. I love that the vocals stay brutal. I love the brightness of the guitars. Had to be cleaner in sort of in the production and in the mixing because of the technicality. It works. When I first put it on, for the first few minutes, that first track, I was definitely a little bit like, oh man, I hope this doesn't stray too far from their sound. And to me, it really didn't. It kept brutal. It just added some progressive elements. I trust this band moving forward. And yeah, I'm all on board. Tumult, The Enduring Spirit. Talk about a cover artist as well. I forgot his name right now, but he's one of my favorites too. One of my favorite releases of 2023 still. And my number 1 title from 2023 is Horrendous with Ontological Mysterium. Saw them play live in late December in their hometown, Philadelphia. They played most of this album. It was amazing. This band also I just trust with all my heart. I can already tell they're gonna get more heavy metal. They're gonna get less death metal. Whatever this band decides to do, I trust that it will be amazing. The musicianship, the ambition, the talent, the practice. Uh, Learned musicians here, you can tell they're students of the genre, and the genre I mean music, but students of metal. They know what they're doing. This feels inspired and impassioned, and the songwriting is here. I've heard some people mention that sure, these guys can play, but it's all just noodly. It's not noodly. I'm sure if you just randomly go to certain parts, you can hear a lot of guitar work that is noodly. But no, the songs are the songs are here. There's not an album from last year that has better songs than what Horrendous did on Ontological Mysterium. All right. Congratulations, Anthony and Cody. You all deserve 1,000 subscribers. Can't wait till you guys hit 2,000. Keep it going. The Metal Underground is alive, and it's mostly because of the musicians, mostly because of the labels. But it's also because of fans, right? Keeping the scene alive. Sure, Decibel is on the newsstands in some bookstores, but we are all we have. We need to keep promoting the underground if we want to keep it alive and breathing. Go to shows, buy merch if you can, buy physical media if you can afford it. But yeah, I'm saying all that to say Metal Miners is a champion for the underground, and that is amazing. And congratulations. And thank you for watching. Watch Metal Miners. They deserve your support. Remember to stay heavy.